Wave.
I'm not going to lie. I have convinced my children that potty talk are bad words because I'm so sick of hearing it at the dinner table. Wyatt calls it the D word. And I keep thinking, she gets me every time. Every single time I'm like, is she about to say D? And then she says diarrhea. It's incredible. I love it so much. Let's get this podcast started. Welcome back to Not Gonna Lie, a Wave original brought to you by TaxAct. I'm your host, Kelce, tomato pie enthusiast. Shout out to Carly Knows, because that's the only right answer. So superstitious that when I'm walking with a group, I yell at everybody not to split the poles. And I'm not joking, guys. It happened again. Our new puppy has another name. And by that, I mean her official name. This gives you a glimpse into what it's like when Jason and I tried to name a child. Butt cheeks. Every time, butt cheeks. Bernadette was a great name. It was actually in the running for a child. We thought to ourselves, if we, maybe we'll name one of our daughters. Bernadette, I love that name. I love the nickname Bernie. I think it's a great nickname. And then we said, like you heard last week, Matilda. Call her Maddie and Patty. That wasn't going to work out. First of all, I think Maddie and Patty might just be too close together. And now we've landed on Freddie. Freddie. I'm going IE. Jason's for sure going to spell it with a Y. He still spells Benny's name with a Y. We're not in agreement on that. Lucky for her, I fill out all the paperwork. So suck it. He just likes things that are straightforward. Anyway, Freddie is the puppy's name. That's it. There is no more naming the puppy. The puppy's name is Freddie. The girls are very excited that her name is Freddie. Ellie is very excited to introduce her to everyone. Wyatt could care less, as per usual. And the dogs are looking to their fearless leader, Benny, to tell them what the heck to do. Finn likes to tickle their toes and then gets pissed when they try to lick her face. It's going great. Coming up on today's episode, I'm going to get honest about my first real spring break as a parent. Plus, I'm answering even more of the real ones questions, including ones about how to keep the spark alive. Oh no. There's also a new viral TikTok trend involving the name Jessica. Queen Emma thinks I'm going to be in on it. Let's check it out. After that, I'm going to be joined by Grammy-winning singer-songwriter and fellow mom who is about to release her 7th studio album. Somebody I yet again have no business talking to. It's Meghan Trainor. But before we get to all that, let's start with a quick NGL announcement. This announcement is also a new place Kylie has no business being on the official list of Webby Award nominees. That's right, NGL has been nominated for 2 Webby Awards, Best New Podcast and Best Partnership or Collaboration for our Disney episode with my mother-in-law, Donna. Queen Emma wants you guys to vote for NGL. You can vote at the link vote.webbyawards.com. You can vote for us in both categories by April 16th. But if you're busy, that's okay. I'm joking. Queen Emma wants you guys to vote. I also want you to vote because this is something that acknowledges the efforts of our entire team at NGL, which, guys, it's the whole team. Wow, I quoted my husband. It's the whole team. Look at that. How beautiful. He's such a smart guy. Next order of business, Real One Comment of the Week. And our Real One comment actually comes from the other podcast's official Instagram account. It says 62 minutes because 62 is a pretty cool number. Just saying. I know what happened here. Queen Emma is not being slick or sly. I know you texted Jake. I know you texted Judge Jake. I know you texted Judge Jake.
This was unsolicited. Judge Jake. He's a real one. He gets
it. I need to have words with Judge Jake.
He knows good numbers when he sees them. 62 is a great number.
Okay.
You can't deny it.
I can't deny that 62 is a great number. I can't deny that. What I can deny is any extra minutes for you this week.
Fuck. I knew this would backfire.
This, of course, is in response to our recent fan vote about how long our episodes should be going forward. 76% said 48 minutes. They didn't.
That's incorrect, audio listeners. She's lying to your face. This is not going to lie. Needs her to lie.
You're right. That's fair. I was just pulling a prank. The two options were a cool 60 or 48 minutes. 76% of you said a cool 60. And 24% of you said 48 minutes. Now, of course, as with every time we bring up the cool 60 issue, there's a note from the desk of Queen Emma. It says, "Hey girl, it is episode 62. Should we just say the episodes are 62 minutes going forward? Come on, let's put this whole mess behind us. It's not about winning or losing, even though I won. It's about the real ones we met along the way."
It's kind of profound.
What a crazy way to walk yourself face first into 48 minutes this week. We'll see. All right, now that that's been handled, let's get honest. This week, can I be honest about spring break as a parent? We had 2 weeks off for spring break, and I am in the minority here. I do think that I'm in the minority. I love it. I love it. I love time off with the kids. I love when we get to be lazy and have a day in our pajamas. I love when I don't have to wake them up in the morning. It excites my soul. We, besides the family vacation, we had a birthday bash. The birthday bash was for Wyatt and Ellie. Wyatt's birthday was back in October, but I love a fresh air birthday party. I like going outside. It was not a nice day. Shout out to all of the guests that we had that just toughed it out because it wasn't nice, but it was lovely. We had an inflatable, we had face painting and a balloon artist. They were outstanding. We had a petting zoo. It was for me. It wasn't even for children. It was for me. I told the petting zoo that they were there for me. Now, one of the things that spring break really kicks off to me is preparing for summertime and warm weather. The thing that comes with spring is starting spring sports. So we have tried soccer in the past. I think we're going to try and get into some t-ball. One sport that Wyatt is getting to try out is golf. The other podcast, I think, had a clip of her golfing.
All right, let's show off. Show off the mom.
Look at her.
Woo!
My girl. Jason took Wyatt to the driving range, and Wyatt came back in last night and sat with an ice cream in her hand. And she said, "I won golf." To be fair, after seeing the clip that my niece sent me, I was like, yeah, you kind of did win golf. That was an outstanding drive. The issue is that he only took one child. She came back with ice cream, and they had no more ice cream. Interesting. So then Jason said, "What's wrong?" When they came in and she was standing in the doorway with her ice cream, staring at her sisters with a smirk on her face. And I said, well, it's one thing to take the child out of the house for individual attention and solo time with dad activity. It's another thing to come back in the house with the ice cream. And he was like, "You're right." And I said, that was a finish it in the car and don't get out until that happens. Come in the house with no ice cream at all. Because even if she comes in and tells her sisters that she ate the ice cream, it's still better than eating it in their faces. And when Benny looked at her and said, "Can I have a taste?" she looked at her and said, "No." She's ruthless, that one. I was very proud of her swing. She had great rotation. Her swing was smooth. And I am hopeful that she will not only stick with golf, but notice that those skills are somewhat transferable to field hockey. A girl can dream. And that's it for Can I Be Honest? Next, the real ones sent in so many questions last week. I'm bringing back Ask Me Some Things because Ask Me Anything needs boundaries. I'm looking at all of you. Ask Me Some Things is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. First up, from Hughes McKenzie, how to keep the spark alive in a 10-year relationship. That's a good question. Jason and I need to do better at date nights. Okay, we need to. I will say, I think the key is that you should always be dating your spouse. You're always dating, like always. And I don't mean that in just going on date nights. I mean, I actually give my husband shit if he walks past me in the kitchen and doesn't like grab my ass. I flirt with me. I'm gonna flirt with you. You better flirt with me. And so all I'm saying is you should still be dating. And by dating, I mean the flirty, sweet, affection, that type of thing. That should still be happening. That's how you keep the spark alive. And also go and eat food together, because it's nice to go out and for 20 minutes talk about something other than your kids and then revert back to only talking about your kids. It's sweet and it's nice. And it's nice to do it without getting interrupted with mom, dad. That'll keep your spark alive. And our last question is in honor of April being Autism Acceptance Month. Could you help the neurotypical adult on ways to help when we see a single parent in public potentially dealing with a tough situation? Yes. The difficult part of this question is that there is an explanation for individuals with autism that is, when you've met one person with autism, you have met one person with autism. And that phrase means that every single person on the autism spectrum is completely different. And you can't assume that people who are diagnosed with autism will handle situations the same way or will have the same behaviors or reactions to a certain situation. A lot of people associate headphones or noise canceling headphones with children with autism. Tim, for example, my neighbor / brother who I grew up with, he loves loud noises, loves them, wants to hear the lawnmower, wants to hear the vacuum, wants to go and watch all of the loud construction equipment. He loves that. So it's very much headphones and noise canceling headphones have become indicative of a child with autism or sensory needs. But there are so many kids who are on the autism spectrum who love loud noises. When it comes to a situation that you may see in public, don't stare. Let's start there. I think it's okay to ask if there's any way that you can help, but don't assume that that parent is going to answer you. If you offer that and the parent doesn't answer, you just need to be prepared to recognize that that was not meant to be offensive, that they were not ignoring you because they thought you were rude for interrupting, that they are handling something. So people who want to always take out their phone and record a situation, you're an asshole. Really simple. JWoww said it last summer when we talked. It just doesn't make any sense that someone's having a really hard time and your first thought is to take a phone out. So I think that it's okay to ask the parent in that moment if there's anything that you could do or if you need help. What I will say is I would keep it to one question and then I would walk away if the answer is no or if they don't answer you. If they say yes, do exactly what they ask. What I will say is you should plan to have no engagement with that child that's having a meltdown or a moment of difficulty. That it might be a situation where it's like, can you hold this child if they have another child with them? Or can you like move my cart over? But the child that is having a tough time is probably not going to want to be touched by a stranger, is probably not going to want to be acknowledged by a stranger. And quite honestly, sometimes when individuals who are on the autism spectrum get deep into a meltdown, they're not even going to notice you're there. So that is not helpful. I would be really receptive to know what parents would say if they have a neurodivergent child and have experienced moments in public, what they would feel is helpful. So if you're a parent of a neurodivergent child and you have a recommendation of how you would feel helped in a situation in public where your child may be having a tough time or a meltdown, please tag us at NGL with Kylie, because I would love to know so that maybe we can share a couple suggestions. That's it for Ask Me Some Things, brought to you by Toyota. All right, moving on. Let's get to Doom Scroll of the Week, brought to you by Yasso. First up, this is a new trend going around where parents are calling in some outside help when when tantrums go down.
Hey, Jessica, come here. Come here, Jessica. He's crying. Come here.
Now,
are you going to stop crying because Jessica's coming?
It says, saw another mom on here yell at Jessica during a tantrum.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. I love that this is just to disrupt the crying and to cause confusion. The mom that did it that I saw, which I believe was the original, her child was coming towards her in a screaming, crying fit. And she yelled, Jessica!
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 Jessica, where are you?
Jessica?
And the child was, her face said, who the fuck is Jessica? And I love that. I love that so much. I have not tried this tactic, but maybe I will, because I have 4 children and at any given time, at least one of them is probably crying. We're happy in our house, I swear. I am a big proponent of when a child is crying, I will tell them, wait. It's my turn. No, my turn. Okay, your turn. And then they do it again. And then I will say, oh, okay, that's it. Okay, now it's my turn. Your turn. And we will literally pass it back and forth until I can get them to think it's funny. First of all, cathartic, because it feels nice to let a few cries go, even if they're playful cries yourself in that moment. But it does disrupt the tantrum. Whatever you can do to redirect in those moments is ideal. If you're not going to try Jessica, please try passing the cry, because I want to know how it works for you. And last scroll, real ones, you know I'd never lie to you, but I will lie to my children. And so will this mom, who actually might be a genius. Let's see it, Queen Emma.
In no particular order. Number 1, I gave my kids the choice of a nap for 1 hour or 60 minutes. They always picked 1 hour because 1 is less than 60. If you want to cry over nothing, you can sit in the cry chair and cry as long as you want to. But I'm not going to engage with you while you're sitting in the cry chair. Whenever you're done crying, you can get up. It's not a timeout chair. It's just a cry chair. When potty training, if your child potties in the potty, they get a Skittle or an M&M. But if you have to change the diaper, you get the treat.
Yes.
It works like a charm. I told my children that the DVD player in the car only worked on very long road trips.
I think we're parenting.
I made sure that they knew that anytime they brought home a sad face from school, they had to write their teacher an apology note. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I'd go to her TED Talk every day. That, I think we read the same parenting book. That's a joke because I didn't read a single parenting book, but yes, a million times yes. Let me tell you what I love. I'm going to go backwards. I love the idea of if you get a frowny face from school, that you're going to write an apology note to that teacher. It's a privilege being at school. You better act like it. You are not going to mistreat the teacher who has studied and figured out how best to teach your entire class of absolute hooligans. Okay? Immediately no and yes to that apology letter. Everybody knows the TV only works on long car rides. I love that. I support that wholeheartedly. Now, I'm a big proponent of M&Ms as the reward for the potty when we're potty training. The idea of if you do it in your diaper, it's now my treat. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. I'm so in on that. I am so in on that because nothing irks my kids more than when mom has chocolate in her mouth and they don't. And also, they sniff that out from a mile away. Yesterday, I put a chicken nugget in my mouth, and Bennett goes, "What's that in your mouth?" And I said, "It's a chicken nugget. It's the same thing that you have on your dinner plate right now." And she goes, "I thought it was chocolate." Girl, it's a chicken nugget. I love the cry chair. I love the cry chair because we often get into a situation where we feel so bad about the fact that we're having a consequence, aka the timeout step, that we end up crying. And we have to come to an agreement that your timeout timer is up. But you are not getting off that step until you can calm yourself down. So maybe they need to migrate from the timeout step when their timer is up to the cry chair. Not a bad idea. I might start that. Now, like I just said, I may lie to my children, but you know who will never lie? Yasso. Because let's be honest, we've all been burned by healthy pints in the past. But it's time to ditch them because Yasso is the real deal. Their creamy frozen Greek yogurt is foolproof and actually delicious. Now through April 30th, Yasso is hosting a nationwide giveaway of 40,001 of their new spoonables. Head to yasso.com/Kylie to enter and upgrade your freezer. And that does it for Doom Scroll of the Week, brought to you by Yasso. Coming up, I'm about to be joined by Meghan Trainor right after these messages from me. It's April 9th, and everybody knows what that means. 1 week left to do your taxes. Luckily, for all of the other busy parents out there, TaxAct is the easiest way to get them done. I couldn't even tell you where to start if I had to do my taxes myself. TaxAct makes filing easy with the step-by-step guidance we need. And it gives you tax tips throughout the filing process to help you along the way. They even offer 3 different filing options: do it yourself, expert assist, and expert full service. With expert assist, you can talk to credentialed tax experts located right here in the US, so you're never truly alone filing your taxes. Plus, with TaxAct, your maximum refund is guaranteed. You won't find a bigger refund with any other tax filing software. TaxAct is a solution that makes it simple and easy to tackle even the most complicated taxes. TaxAct, the simplest, easiest way to get your taxes done. Visit taxact.com/Kylie today. Yasso is ridiculously creamy frozen Greek yogurt that's actually delicious. Their newest product is their spoonables, available in 5 delicious flavors: chocolate chip cookie dough, cookies and cream, fudge brownie, mint chocolate chip, and coffee chocolate chip. If you eat ice cream by the pint the way my husband does, then these are the perfect solution for you. I absolutely would go with either chocolate chip cookie dough or mint chocolate chip. Let's be real. Most healthy pints have burned you in the past. You've been fooled, lied to, taste bud betrayed. Time to ditch the freezer frauds because Yasso is the real deal. And now through April 30th, Yasso is hosting a nationwide giveaway of 40,001 of their new spoonables. Head to yasso.com/Kylie to enter and upgrade your freezer. Find new Yasso spoonables at grocery stores nationwide. Yasso awarded as product coupons. No purchase necessary. Open to 50 U.S. states and D.C. Must be 18 or older. Ends 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on 4/30. Rules at www.yasso.com/Kylie. She's a Grammy-winning, diamond certified singer-songwriter you know from such bangers as All About That Bass, No Excuses, and Mother. And now she's got a brand new album, Toy With Me, coming out April 24th. She's also an author, a fellow mom, and now she's not going to lie. Meghan Trainor, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me. Congrats on your show. I love it.
Thank you. This is such an honor to chat with you. First of all, pre-kids, huge fan, and now like seeing all of the first of all, loving on your boys, and then you guys just had a peanut, a little chica.
I did.
How are you?
I'm tired. I'm so good though. I'm happy. I'm just like, it's the transition period. You know, when each kid, when you go from 1 to 2 and 2 from 3.
Yes.
I'm in the 2 to 3, and I'm like, man, we were so silly thinking this would be easier.
Now, what was your hardest transition?
1 to 2 rocked us.
Really?
Yeah, I thought we were so good with one that we were like, this is a piece of cake. We had the trick baby.
Yes.
He was just like sleep trained, nailed it. Just like, we're killing this.
We were like parents,
and then
us.
We were parents, us. We were like, let's have 4. Then we had 2, and I was like, something's wrong. Like, this one's crying. And then I wanted 3 because I'm silly, and I always wanted a daughter too. And once I found out I couldn't get, like, I shouldn't do it myself, and we should have a surrogate and do it a safer way, I was like, can I pick? And they're like, yeah, I guess if you want to pick the gender. And I was like, a girl, please.
That's
I
beautiful.
got my daughter.
That's so exciting. Yeah. Now, like I said in your intro, your album Toy With Me comes out April 24th. I am very excited.
Thank you so much.
I have to say the first 2 singles, Still Don't Care and Getting Girl, couldn't be more aligned with this podcast. I mean,
I know.
Not caring what other people think. First of all, outstanding. Fucking tell them. And women supporting women.
Yes.
Getting Girl is oh, you need to take him down? Let's do it.
Let's do it together.
With the car. We're just, love it. Now, people tend to talk shit no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So you wrote a song and basically said you couldn't find a single fuck to give.
I did.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Because I cared so much. I gave all the fucks. I cared so much. Oh my God, I was so sad. I never had that much attention on me online, and it was never, I don't know, it was just really loud and highlighted and all about my body. And I was like, whoa, I've been working so hard on my health and taking care of myself, being a mom, like trying to live forever, and like finally being a little more comfortable in my own skin with all my stretch marks and scars. And then I just get attacked so viciously, so loud. So I also was, at the same time, I knew my daughter was going to come to the world soon. No one else knew, but I knew. I was like, I have a baby girl coming, and this is how I'm feeling. And they're like, get ready, get emotionally ready to have a daughter. And I was like, I'm crumbling more than ever. So I wanted to write songs for her that when she got here, I could play her this in middle school and be like, it's okay, girl, I got you.
It really is nuts. And we've talked about it a lot on this show about how concerned other people are with what individuals are doing.
Yeah.
And as if it impacts them at all, but even more so as if it impacts them negatively. That they've put so much power into what you are doing. And it is insane that people think that that's an attack on them or that you're going back on your word. All About That bass still hits so fucking hard.
I still feel that way every day. And when I perform it too, like, I'm not a size 2 right now, but I changed the lyrics to, I got some new boobs, because I did. I got new boobs, and I'm very open and honest about everything I've done. So
let me tell you,
I sing that part.
I recently said that once I know for sure that we are done having children, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to get my boobs put back where they were.
It's the best thing I ever did. I love them so much.
I've seen you talk about them, and I was like, thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, I got you.
But you not only made it for your daughter, you made it for other people's daughters. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I get a lot of moms out there, ever since All About That Bass, that are like, my daughter couldn't leave the house until that song came out. And I was like, oh, I have a superpower and I must use it for good, you know? So every album I try to do those.
If you need help ever when you read a bad comment or someone AI wants to write an article, I will give you the power that I have. It's not as strong as your power. Let me be clear. It is a drop in the bucket compared to the power that you wield. We have a graphic on here, and when I go like this, it goes, suck my ass.
Oh, I loved saying that.
So whenever you feel the need, you can just, there it is, suck my ass.
Suck my ass. I say that when I get really mad.
Good, you should, because sometimes people need to hear that. They need to receive that because they've earned it. Here's the deal. I can't thank you enough for being open and honest about it and for being an example, because like I said, our 4 little chicas, all of ours are girls. We need them to have this safe space in the world. And so I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you. Anytime they want to go to a show, let me know.
Done. They will be on the side of the stage like, you need me? You need me now? I have two that I swear to God, one in particular, our third, batshit crazy, will find like a spotlight anywhere she goes and is just in the corner like this by herself.
No way.
And I'm like, hey Ben, I need you to get down, girl. I need you to get off that.
None of my boys are like dancing or singing. They're like little wizards. One of my boys knows all the countries and all the states and all the continents. And I'm like, but what about chords, baby? What about 5, 6, 7, 8?
This is great because then I'll know who to cheat off of. Geography is not my strong suit.
Me either. I was like, are you doing this to like make fun of me?
He's trying to flex on you for sure.
Yeah.
Now, back to the new album. What else can you say about it?
I have like 16 songs on this album. 2 songs are already out, Still Don't Care, and Getting Girl. Getting Girl is written about a real life breakup that happened in my family. I don't want to name names because I don't want them to feel bad, but they know who they are. And it happened in the middle of my tour. And it was like a big heartbreak because like a divorce or like a breakup in your family is like a death. Mm-hmm. So watching that go down was so sad. And so I wrote Getting Girl to help my family member like get back up, because they were really in the cycle of living through it still. And I was like, let's move on and let's start our lives now. And then my next song after that, Shimmer, which I can't wait for everyone to hear. It's going to be so good. Is my dance pop, like confident banger. That's like kind of like Me Too. Like if I was you, I wanna baby too. But this girl says, I don't sweat. Nah, I shimmer. And so she's a sassy queen that just wants to dance and sweat and shimmer.
Oh, well, Benny will be all over that. My third child will be all over that.
Benny's going to love it.
Little one, rude.
Wait, did you hear anything?
Rude.
Did you hear stuff? Okay.
They sent us rude.
Okay. I was going to say, and then I have a song called Little One. I've been telling everyone about this song. This song is for my babies, and nobody's understood it. And I've played it for a lot of rooms, and I start with, anyone parents here? And then they're all like, no. And I'm like, anyone have a pet?
Rude.
But you get me, queen. It's my song for my babies. I want them to stop.
I listened to it in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't crying by myself. That's for me to know. And for the person next to me at that red light to also know. Okay. That was ridiculous. How dare you? That was rude.
I'm sorry. I was at the piano and I was like crying while writing it. I was
Let me tell you,
this is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
The craziest part is that it felt like you were in my internal dialogue because I tell my kids all the time, don't you grow up on me. Don't you grow up on me. Don't grow up on me. It's a trap. Don't grow up. Don't grow up. You can stay little.
You can stay little forever.
How dare you? I'm
so sorry. I had to do it. I was like, everyone's like, what's it like being a mom? I'm like, this song is what it's like.
I want you to stay little. And I mean, even just like half of my heart lives. Are you kidding me?
Half of my heart lives outside of my body and the other half lives in my chest.
And I want you to see the world, but also don't
want to see you get hurt.
Come on.
Come on. And then like, how old's your oldest?
6 years old. I have 6, 5, 3, and 1.
What's that math? What are you doing? Are you okay?
Having a lot of kids. And to answer your question, no. No, I am not okay. You nailed that one. You really put everyone's feelings into words, I think. And I think when everyone hears it, they will agree. And also bring a box of tissues.
I know. I can't wait for the TikTok videos with all their babies.
You got me so good at that. Honestly, that's so funny you say that. I thought to myself, this one's going to hit.
You got to hear this song. I'm like promoting an old song. You got to hear the song I wrote in my last album called Superwoman, because it is about being a mom too and being a hardworking mama. That's like, everyone looks at me like, wow, you are doing so well. Everything's amazing for you. Congrats. And I'm like, really? Because I feel like Superwoman flying in the rain and I feel like everything's going wrong.
I've heard that song.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, you're about to go on tour again. The Getting Girl tour starts June.
Yeah, we're going to rock it and just have me and my dancers again. I might bring some guy dancers. Ooh, switch it up. I notice a lot of parents bring their kids to my shows for their first concert ever. So I'm trying to make like the kids happy and also my older fans happy. I can't please everyone, but it's going to be a really fun night where you can just escape all your worries and all your scary mom thoughts and you can just come out and dance.
Let's do it. Now you have a Philly date. I have it marked on my calendar. July 18th. Now.
Yeah, hot.
Be honest. How do you feel about a Philly crowd?
Oh, they're the best. My manager's from Philly. Maggie. She's
Very
from
smart.
Philly. Yeah. And she gave me my IVF injections for me. So she created Mikey. And her mom's named Mikey. And that's why I first heard the name. I was like, this one's for you.
Oh.
But yeah, every time we're in Philly, it's like our hometown performance because of my manager. Her whole family comes out.
I love that so much. They're hooting and hollering for you.
Oh yeah, they're loud.
We're a little nuts. And I say that because I'm one of them. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be one of them.
I'm an
gonna
East
hoot and holler
Coaster
nice and
though.
loud.
So like I understand you guys very well.
You know, Massachusetts, close enough. Are you a Patriots fan?
I don't watch too many sports. Oh, we went British. I don't watch sports, but I do sports things. And so I grew up, my brothers were like, go Pats. So that's why I know of them.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I know of. That's why I know of that football team that plays near where I grew up.
I did a big game commercial with State Farm. Pat Mahomes. I did it.
I love your terms.
Oh God. I can't say big. I gotta say big
don't
games.
Say that. Bleep
can't say
that.
that.
Bleep that. Somebody bleep it. King Brad, bleep that. It's the big game. If you're a real one, you know all about my reluctance to get a minivan. That's right. I didn't want one. Jason wanted one. Then we got one. And now it's been over a year with our Toyota Sienna. And honestly, I think there might be no turning back. I don't tell my husband. The girls just had spring break and we took our Sienna everywhere. The girls love that they get in independently because it's not too high up and they get to press the button to open the door. They get to buckle themselves in their seats. It gives us a sense of independent women. I also literally can't lie. I do love the Sienna's features. I don't have to tell you about the crumbs in your car. I don't have to tell you because they stare you in the face every time that door opens. But they don't stare me in the face that often because I have a vacuum built into my car. So if you're looking for not only a great car to get you from point A to point B, but also with enough space that you can quite literally fit everyone, including the dogs, I highly recommend the Toyota Sienna and going for a test drive at your local Toyota dealership. You can learn more at toyota.com/Sienna. And remember, it's not the places we go, but the people we go with that matter. As the seasons change, pollen gets kicked up, germs spread, and the girls have so many more after-school activities and sports starting right now. And if any of my kids are following the footsteps of their dear mother, I can promise you we're going to have some seasonal allergies kicking up here because I already want to itch my eyeballs out of my face. The CVS Health app is a single place to handle healthcare needs. It makes the whole healthcare experience simpler and more convenient, especially for busy parents and caregivers. The CVS Health app helps me refill, track, and manage my prescription needs anytime. I can check my prescription status on the go, and CVS will even tell me the moment my prescription is ready with a text message. If I can't pick it up in person because I'm at school drop-off, I can even choose same-day delivery. Plus, you can quickly find care from qualified providers and schedule minute clinic appointments for the flu, vaccines, sports physicals, and more. And the app gives you personalized recommendations based on your preferences to deliver the perfect product suggestions. Go to cvs.com/app to learn more and download the app now. The real ones know there is nothing I love more than going down the shore with my family and parking myself at the beach all day long. What I don't love is being dehydrated while I'm out there. I truly think that one of the most refreshing things is to take a sip of a nice chilled liquid IV while you're sitting there in the hot summer sun. And by sitting, I mean chasing children down the beach. Luckily, one stick of liquid IV and 16 ounces of water is more hydrating than water alone. Powered by Liquid IV Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients turn ordinary water into extraordinary on-the-go hydration. Plus, Liquid IV sugar-free hydration does not contain any artificial sweeteners, and the sugar-free comes in flavors like mandarin orange, rainbow sherbet, mango pineapple, and much more. My personal favorite, the peach. It actually tastes like a juicy peach. I can't explain it. Soak up unforgettable memories with on-the-go hydration from Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code NGL at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with code NGL at liquidiv.com. Since we're already talking about our kids, I'd love to ask you some more about motherhood. I saw you talking to Jennifer Hudson about your oldest loving school and how he doesn't want to come home. How's that make you feel?
I was scared to put my kid in school for so many reasons. I didn't have a good school experience. And then everyone was like, you can't put your trauma on your kid. And I was like, you right. And then every social event we did with him, he was like, I'm good. Like he would run away. Like he didn't look like we even wanted to make friends. And that made me nervous. I was like, oh man. And then he didn't speak till he was 3. So for so long we were like, are you in there? And now he's like the smartest kid. All the kids at school are like, Riley. They all want to hang out with him. And he's like one of the top readers.
It's so beautiful that he loves it. I will tell you that when my oldest started school, that I was upset about it, not because she was starting school and I was concerned about her, because she's our social butterfly. She's like, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to have this class in tip-top shape. I'm going to be the leader. I'm going to tell them what to do. I'm going to boss them around like I boss around my sisters. And I'm like, hey, let's not do that. Let's be cool for a minute. But when she started school, it was not that she was starting kindergarten. It was not that I was nervous for her. It was that she was starting school to be in school for the rest of her life until she leaves me.
Yeah, this is it.
And I was like, why would you do that?
Why would you take him away?
That feels like you should stay little.
Right. My boy's so sensitive that every morning before school, he's going to kill me one day. But we do kissing hands from this book I read, I guess.
Stop it with the raccoons and you wrap it up. You get out of here.
Every day, if I don't give him a kissing hand, bro, he won't survive the day. Like he comes to me, he goes, kissing hands.
Won't.
He goes, mwah, mwah, and he puts it on his heart. And he's like, because you're always in my heart with me, always, wherever I go. And I'm like, for real, you too. And then he kisses his hands. He kisses my hands, and I go, like that. And we do this every morning.
That feels beautiful.
No greater love. It's great.
I want to know, those are the things. What I want to know about school, I want to be a fly on the wall, because I want to know the moment during the day that he has a tough second and he's like, you know what? I have my kissing hands and I can have them from mom.
I want to see the kissing hands in action.
I want to see it.
Also, my kids,
I'm nosy.
I noticed in the first 2 months, my kid found out what the nurse's office was. I said, why you keep going home with this yellow paper? Are you at the nurse's office again? And he was like, yeah, I like it there. And I was like, Riley?
Did you know they have crackers and ice in there?
Yeah, dude. I was like, buddy, you don't have to go every day. He's like, but I fell down. And I was like, Riley?
She's got crackers and ice. Now, I wanted to play a clip that you posted of your little girl for International Women's Day, because like all great TikToks, it comes with a top tier comment section. So, Queen Emma. And I'm on your street, getting girl, get your finest. Okay, first of all, squishy babies.
I like squishy babies. If you're going to tell me about the comment section, just know that I have never read it.
Perfect. You know what? Protect your peace. Hell yeah.
I was like, wait, before you ruin my day with what they said.
Nope. I have 3 comments for you, okay? 3 comments. Great. And I'm going to tell you this is in solidarity. Okay. So I'm with you on this one. First comment is, Dad's genes are strong. LOL.
Oh, thank God.
Wait, I'm not done. The way you managed to have 3 clones of Daryl is the next comment. And the third one, literally her daddy's twin.
I know.
As someone who has birthed 4 humans that regularly, I am told, I look like I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. How does that comment section feel to you?
Like, I get it because all my kids are redheads, but this one's different. And like, I agreed. The first 2, I was like, oh man, they were in me. So like, what happened? But this girl, sometimes everyone lately has been saying, oh my God, this one's actually Meghan. Like she has Meghan's eyes. She has my grumpy RBF face, which is resting bitch face. Like where she just like looks like
Those are
and we have the
judgment
same
eyebrows.
eyes.
Those
They're
are
always
judgment
judging.
eyebrows.
And so I've been like, this one's mine. And my family's been coming over being like, oh my God, this one's Meghan. And he's actually offended. Like he's actually like so used to being like, oh my God, the kids like to say it. That for once he's like, no, she like doesn't. And I'm like, oh, are you upset, bro? Imagine getting cut open and people going, did you even do anything? I
Wow,
was like,
salt in the wound.
you're allowed to be upset. Like you're not allowed to be upset right for this one. No.
I will tell you, our second was behind my husband recently on what we call the other podcast around here.
Oh,
and
yeah?
I will tell you, our second, who's normally very sweet, she said, Ellie, do you want to go upstairs? Because she was just standing behind him, putting on her jacket, like nothing was happening on the computer. And she goes, no. And everybody in the comments was like, I don't think Ellie looks like Kylie, but that no was her. And I was like,
Oh my God,
hold up.
Oh yeah. My Riley, the 5-year-old who everyone was like, looks like Daryl is 100% me in all not my awesome ways though. Like I have to finish everything or else I'm going to explode. And like my anxiety and I'm like, oh God, he's me.
And you're like, you're welcome for
Yeah, I
all
was like,
those
oops.
quality traits. Well, we were just talking about your little girl and you've been very open about welcoming her via surrogate earlier this year, which I found to be incredibly badass because surrogacy is something that people often do not talk about. How was that process for you?
It was crazy. It was, there's a lot of heartbreak and big decision making to do. And I was struggling with my health and almost towards an autoimmune disease. So there's so many conversations back and forth. And then we were like, the safest way is to do it through a surrogate. Because also my babies are always sideways. They laid this way. They weren't up and down. So they were like, it's going to be C-sections. And I was just like, my body's still not recovered from the other ones. So many factors that led us to surrogacy. And I was scared and I was jealous that I wasn't having my baby. And every day, my husband's a control freak too. So every day when we knew she was like alive in someone else, we were like, she okay? Like you go cuckoo, you go crazy. There's so much that goes into it, but we had an amazing surrogate who was so good to us and text us everything. And we got to talk all the time. And I was worried I was bugging her too much because I was like, hey, how you feeling? And she was just a champ. And my doctor walked through everything with us and was a saint about everything. And we made sure she got to heal the best way she wanted to. So she pushed her out. And she's had C-sections and pushed her out. So this was like a double VBAC. And my surrogate was such a badass that she did that. And my doctor took such good care of her that she texted me recently and was like, my recovery is better than I ever thought it could be. And I'm so happy. And I was like, oh, it makes me so happy. And I send her pictures every month of like, look at Mikey now. She's 2 months old. Look at her. So it was wild. It was scary. We cried a lot, but it was like the best thing for our family. And I'll tell you what's different is not healing from a C-section with a newborn. That was different. I could be so present with her, and with my other kids, they're not like, I don't have to be worried that they're jumping on me, or I can pick them up and be fully present. So that was like the good parts, but there's a lot of scary parts.
Now, I remember when you posted your announcement photo and there were all sorts of outrage from people who frankly don't understand surrogacy, your health, or your choices, and they don't need to.
They thought I named her via surrogate.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They can suck my ass.
You get it. Now, I want to start off by saying, first of all, suck my ass, and it's none of their fucking business. But if you're open to sharing, what was your reaction to seeing some of that feedback?
I didn't look. I knew fully because it was after all the hate I was already getting just for changing, just for looking different, because I took care of myself. So I was like, oh, they hate me now. They ain't gonna like this. And it was a cloud of tears every night of just like worry and like I want my daughter to come to this world and not everyone attack her for the way she got here, and all of that went through my head. But my team was with me, my therapist was with me, everyone was so supportive. My husband was like, everyone can suck our ass, and like this was the healthiest way. And it didn't damper anything. I did my posts. I told the world, here she is, because they warned me like it could leak through the hospital. So we were like, we're going to post and just announce her like we did my other kids. And I was in pure bliss that whole week, that first week. I was like, it's out there. It's fine. I'm not looking. And I was in heaven, baby heaven. And my husband's like, honestly, if anyone says stupid shit, your fans come and defend you. Other moms are coming to, like, they got mad at me apparently for wearing the hospital scrubs when I did skin to skin. They were like, why would you pretend like you gave birth? And I was like, what? And I was like, oh, okay. So they've never been in a hospital. Like they don't know anything about what's going on. And then when I heard they thought I named her via surrogate, I was like, okay, I know who I'm dealing with now. I really don't care about their opinion. So that helped a lot. And they said if anyone talks bad, other moms would come in and defend me. So I was like, oh, come on, moms.
Yes, because I truly think that I think the important thing to remember is that you made a very intentional decision to grow your family. You have the most beautiful baby girl now, and that you were able to be healthy through the process. You didn't have to compromise your own health to be able to achieve that. And ultimately, you guys are happy and healthy, and that's what matters.
Everyone's healthy.
Yes. And so it's so, I mean, the idea of acknowledging that if someone's recognizing that you put on a hospital gown to be able to do skin to skin, which would make sense, because do you think you're just going to sit there topless in the hospital?
There's a lot of people in that room.
And for anyone saying like you're pretending that you gave birth because you're doing skin to skin, for all 4 of our children, my husband has done skin to skin. So if anyone would like to have beef with someone pretending they gave birth, you can take that straight to Jason Kelce's Instagram comments. Have at it. Say the fuck out of Meghan's.
There, have so much
Say
fun.
the fuck out of Meghan's. Go to Jason's and be like, are you pretending you gave birth? Assholes. Straight up assholes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Something else we have in common, we've both been brutally honest about pregnancy and postpartum recovery. And you mentioned earlier postpartum PTSD. You've shared that you had some pretty traumatic experiences and were even diagnosed with that. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, my first baby sideways. Well, first baby, I had gestational diabetes, and I was like, what is? Like, nobody told me about this. And then that was the first time that I was like, oh, I have to watch what I put inside my body. Then I had a C-section, which I was scared for. I've never had broken a bone or got a stitch in my life. So I went in there like asking questions like, hey guys, am I going to feel it or what? And they were like, no. I was like, well, am I going to feel like movement? Like this table's pretty skinny. And they were like, no, you'll be fine. And I was dead fish, bro. I was like, what's this? And then it's like getting your teeth done. You don't feel it, but you feel things. And then later when the pain comes, your brain goes 1 + 1 =. So at night when I would feel the pain laying in bed after the surgery, after the baby's out, I would be like, Daryl, I'm on the table. And he was like, you're okay, babe. And that's when I would like call my doctor and be like, I'm not okay. And then my first baby came out sleeping. And no one has given me a great explanation for it, except that C-sections can be dicey and they don't have all their juice squeezed out of them and all that stuff. And they just said respiratory something where he needed help. So he was on all the tubes, the feeding tube, breath tube, right to the NICU. So I lost my husband had to go with him. They said, you must go with the kid. And I was like, okay. So I'm alone getting sewn up for 45 minutes with no music, just hearing myself. And I didn't like that. It was not my favorite. That's what my kids say. So, and not knowing like, is he good? Like, hello, I didn't have a phone. And so after I got put back together again, rolled in a room just with my thoughts and my fear, I was like, can anyone find my phone? And they're like, oh my God, yeah. And then he FaceTimed me and I met my son over FaceTime. And then I realized like all women go through war and then they have to go to work and act like they're okay.
Yes.
And I'm like, so I wrote a book about it, Dear Future Mama, and was like, not to scare everyone, but just know that you're not alone if you had a crazy ass weird birth too. And when I talk to mom friends, everyone has gone through something wild that no one's ever heard of.
I think that it's so amazing that you make it a point to discuss that, because as difficult as that must have been for you and for you to still experience those thoughts and feelings and have that memory, that it also validates the experience for other women.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much.
It has been an absolute pleasure to chat with you. I am so excited about your album. I'm so excited for other people to hear the rest of the songs on your album, because it was an absolute pleasure to get to dive in. Remember to bring your tissues for a little one, everyone. Go listen to her new album, Toy With Me, officially out April 24th, and get your tickets to the Getting Girl tour, because July 18th. We'll see you in Philly.
I'll see you in Philly. I'm so excited. Yay!
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. You're amazing. You're so
Thank
incredible
you.
at this. It makes sense.
Thank you so much. And that's it for this episode of Not Gonna Lie. You can find even more clips from my longer conversation with Meghan on my YouTube channel on More Shit Monday. I'll be back next Thursday with a brand new episode. Follow us on social media at NGL with Kylie for clips throughout the week. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Not Gonna Lie is a Wave original brought to you by TaxAct. Thanks to the real ones for tuning in.